We do not abandon ourselves all at once. It happens slowly over time. Life gets busy, responsibilities pile up, you are pulled in 100 different directions: work, family, expectations, and somewhere along the way, you stop asking a very important question. What is my soul actually asking of me right now? And that is what we are going to be talking about today. So let's dive right into this really cool topic. Most of the women I speak with are not trying to ignore themselves. In fact, they're often the most thoughtful women I know. They care about people. They care about doing the right thing. They're perceptive. They're intuitive. They notice things. But those same qualities can sometimes lead to something very subtle. Over time, you become very good at reading everyone else, but you begin slowly disconnecting from yourself. Welcome to Infinite You, beautiful souls. I'm Dr. Sheri, spiritual psychologist and inner authority expert. And here on Infinite You, we explore awareness, alignment, inner authority, and authentic decision making so you can change the way that you consciously create and experience your life. And if you are interested in topics like these, make sure you hit subscribe to the channel. So let's dive into this really cool subject. One of the things I've noticed after years of studying psychology and people and working with women is this. The women who lose themselves, I think the easiest, are often the most thoughtful ones, not the loudest, not the most aggressive, not the people pushing their way through life, although I do work with women who push their way through life. But these are women who care deeply, women who want harmony, women who want to do the right thing, women who feel responsible for a lot, and life will fill up quickly. We know that. We get busy. Careers, families, expectations, responsibilities, and little by little, your inner voice can get pushed further and further away and into the background, not because it disappears, but you have definitely learned to override it. Self-abandonment rarely looks dramatic. It often looks like small decisions. Saying yes to something inside of you that is saying no. Taking on things you do not actually want to do. Ignoring the quiet feeling that something isn't aligned. Tolerating situations that slowly drain your energy, but you keep moving forward. You keep doing what is expected. But something inside of you knows this doesn't feel entirely true anymore. And this is where something interesting begins to happen. Even when life is full, even when you have been busy for years, there is often still a quiet knowing inside of you. A sense that there's more truth, more creativity, more expression, more alignment. And that voice is what I call inner authority. And if you have been on my channel for a while now, you know that I talk about being a multidimensional mindset mentor, an intuitive empowerment guide, and a soul-led success coach. And after I kind of been pondering like how I fit into this YouTube universe and my messaging and the women that I want to invite into my ecosystem and into my world, it became very, very clear what I'm really, really talking about inner authority. What I'm really, really talking about is inner authority, that intersection between psychology and energy and creation and manifesting and alignment and everything multidimensional. So that's what I really want to talk about today, your inner authority. Because the truth is, you do not have to abandon your life to listen to that voice inside of you. You do not have to burn everything down. You don't have to run away. You don't have to start over. Often what is required is much simpler, and that is clarity, a decision to stop losing yourself in the shuffle of life, and a willingness to start listening again. listening to your soul, listening to that quiet inner calling, listening to what you already know that you want more of. Because when you begin listening again, something very interesting happens. Your energy begins to come back into alignment. Your frequency becomes more coherent, and slowly you begin remembering who you really are. And you know the feeling when that happens. It feels like joy. It feels like fulfillment. It feels like meaning. And interestingly, it doesn't necessarily depend on what you are doing. It is not the task. It is your way of being. It is your way of perceiving. The quiet knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, and your authority is telling you what that means for you. Because in that state, this is where your inner authority really begins to emerge. So inner authority is that deeper knowing inside of you, the part of you that senses what feels aligned for you, what doesn't feel aligned, what energizes you, what drains you. But many of us were never taught how to trust that voice. You were taught to trust other people's expectations, other people's opinions, external definitions of success, and many of us, of course, were taught something else. For sure, to override ourselves, to push through, even when something inside of us is saying, this doesn't feel right. To ignore your energy. You've been taught to ignore your intuition, because somewhere along the way, we have learned that being responsible meant pushing past ourselves. And when you begin returning to your inner authority, something powerful begins to shift. Your decisions begin to change. You get very, very clear on who you are and what you want. Your boundaries begin to shift. Your energy begins to change. When you start living in alignment with your inner authority, you stop leaking energy in so many directions. You begin making decisions that actually reflect who you are. And when that happens, your energy shifts. You feel clearer, more grounded, more authentic. And from that place, life begins to move differently. Not necessarily easier, but definitely truer. And this is actually one of the reasons why I enjoy working with tools like human design. And some of you are probably very, very aware of human design. It is a little bit of astrological, I Ching, energy, alignment, strategy, your type, your inner authority. Well, I call it inner authority, but authority, the energy that you are putting out into the world, how you respond to energy, how you interact with other people. But basically, human design helps people understand how their natural decision making authority works. It's one of the ways of reconnecting with that deeper internal guidance system many of us were conditioned to ignore. And so if you're curious about that, I do offer human design sessions, and I will leave a link below if you'd like to explore that with me. I'm a certified human design practitioner, so for sure I would love to have you click that link and we can connect. You can get on my calendar, and it's really simple and easy, and I would love to explore that with you. But whether you use that system or not, the most important thing for you to remember is this: you do not need to become someone new to gather up your energy, to get clear, to get more decisive, to lean into your inner authority, that alignment with the truth of who you are, your authentic self in 5D, 4D, and 3D, that multi-dimensional mindset that I've always talked about. What you really need to focus on is just stop abandoning who you already are. And when you begin to listen to that deeper voice again, your life will feel very different. Not louder, not performative, just more true. And we are in that beautiful age right now of authenticity. So if this conversation resonated with you, I would love to continue exploring these ideas with you, you can join my free newsletter where I share deeper reflections about alignment, inner authority, and conscious creation, and really put it in a practical framework so you can actually do something with it. And if you are looking for a space to go deeper with other thoughtful women, you can always join my Infinite You community where we explore all of these ideas together and put them into practice so you really do feel the shift, the identity shift, the shift in your beliefs, your programming, all of that really good stuff. And if you are curious about understanding your unique energy and decision-making authority, like I said, I offer my human design sessions, which can be really a powerful way to connect with your natural inner guidance system. And you will find those links below. And if this video resonated with you, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit like, definitely comment, and let me know if this video resonates with you. And I will see you all beautiful souls next time. Namaste.